Coming soon to own on video and DVD. From its landmark IMAX presentation comes the film that critics call dazzling, magical, arguably the greatest Bleach film ever. Don't miss this fun, all-new motion picture experience. Fantasia 2000, coming to video and Disney DVD November 14th.
Okay, yeah, alright, it's been a while since I've done this. Obviously, if you saw from that, a Bleach video is out now. Go watch it. It cost a lot of time and it did get a lot of... At any rate, y'all want to see some manga? I got manga. It's been stacked over here in this corner forever. Let's look at some manga so I can put it on my shelf. Oh yeah, and because I got so much manga over the past like 3 months and haven't done a video on it, I'm gonna split this into 2 videos because give me the engagement, give me the algorithm. So there's a lot more to show off, and then it'll be out like next week after this video comes out. I don't know when I'm recording and releasing. Who cares? Let's go! Okay, let's go with Jujutsu Kaisen's 14 and 15 first. So, I'm gonna be real, I've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen and a lot of these things that I'm gonna be going through already on previous haul videos and don't really have a lot of new thoughts to add, so instead I'm gonna use the time to try and talk about auxiliary things relating to the series, if there even is anything at the time. And for Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah, I went and saw Zero like 2-3 weeks, I don't ever have any weeks back anymore, I've lost track of time due to the Bleach video. But I went and saw the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, no one in the theater really. Great time. It's a fucking good movie. Probably like a lot of people, I read Zero after the first season and had already read some of the manga, and I really liked Yuta. I thought he was a pretty cool character. Getting Megumi Ota, the voice for Shinji in Evangelion, to do the voice for Yuta, oh my god, that was the smartest fucking pick they could have made. That took it to like the next level for me. But yeah, that was a really fun time. If you're a fan, go watch it. If you're not a fan, go watch it. It might make you a fan. It's technically a prequel, so you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. The 20th volume of Dr. Stone, and man, I can't believe Dr. Stone's over. That shit kinda just came out of nowhere. I've been reading Dr. Stone for a couple of years now. I wasn't really too big into reading weekly manga way back in like 2016-ish. Dr. Stone is one of the first ones where I'm like, man, I really want to know what's going on there. Fuck it, I'll just read it weekly and try and remember everything that goes on as time goes on. Well, that didn't happen. I've definitely forgotten giant chunks of that fucking story and plenty of the science they've taught me. But I love the ride. I love the characters. Even if there was, I think, too many characters that may have gotten forgot about as time went on, Senku was just such a strong protagonist. And if the ending even is being as abrupt as it was, I enjoyed it. It felt fitting for the series. It's not the most perfect thing ever, but it literally was directly for me. I got excited. Beastars number 17. Not got too much to say about this one. I've talked about Beastars in like every one of these live action videos, I feel like. What I can say is that Drip Drop by Itagaki is coming out in English physically later this year. That's a fucking weird story. Itagaki's kind of a weirdo, but so is her dad, runs in the family, and I like the shit they be doing. So if you like that weird stuff, she's got it on tap. The first 2 volumes of Call of the Night. So I've actually read the first one. I read it all in like one sitting. It's about a kid named Ko who has insomnia and can't sleep. Well, duh, that's what insomnia is. But he starts wandering the night trying to just relax a little bit. I don't know what exactly his relationship is with his parents, but he makes mention that they wouldn't care if I was out here wandering, so whatever. And he kind of just abandons school and starts wandering the streets of Tokyo at night. Then, as he's walking around, he runs into a scampy looking girl and she's like, hey, what's up? You want to go have some fun? Sucks his blood in a warehouse and he's like, oh yeah, I'm into this. It is just him about hanging out with a girl at night because he can't sleep and she's a vampire. And that's really it so far in the first volume. A human girl showed up from his past and the love triangle. Oh my god, imagine that. It's getting an anime, I believe, this year, here soon, I think. And the trailers all look pretty solid for it, so yeah, I'll probably watch that and read it at the same time. I did enjoy that first volume, thumbs up. Art's really good too, I like that kind of scratchy, liney style, it appeals directly to me. No clue how I pulled this one off, but almost every volume of Video Girl I except for 10. So, Video Girl I is one of those things I see people talk about sometimes, and the people that talk about it really like it. but it just seems super under the radar, and if you can't tell by these volumes, they haven't been printed in a very long time, so I guess it's technically out of print. These were all just on Right Stuff. Almost every single one of these in stock on Right Stuff. Just was like, oh shit, that's supposed to be old and cool. I'll get them all now. And then I think I picked up like 2 on Amazon. Volume 10, I believe, is the one that's kind of a little bit elusive and wants big money for, so I may just try and find some scans online for that one. But go look, they could still be on Right Stuff. I don't know. I'm not checking. So I've mentioned every time I get a volume of Mashle, like, yeah, gonna start it one day. The artist said he was gonna end it. It wasn't gonna be too long of a thing. Just gonna bide my time and get in there when it's almost over. Then he drops this motherfucking artist comment that's like, I was joking. And whether he was joking or Jumpstaff put the gun to his head and said, nah, you gonna keep it going. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start it soon. It does seem really good at the end of the day, and if it's not gonna end, fuck it. I think I mentioned this back in my manga collection video in October, which is like a couple hundred volumes shorter than we are now. Oh my god, I'm dreading reorganizing this room. That I had grabbed the first volume of UQ Holder with the intention of reading it because it seemed cool, but learned that it was actually a sequel to Negima. And I happened to have a bunch of Negima from a half-price bookstore I got for like $2 a piece way back when. So I need to read Negima before I read this. These were just on sale. I already had the first volume, so I thought, sure, I'll grab 2 and 3. I plan on actually reading Negima here soon as I can slot a long series like that in. Knowing Ken Akamatsu wanted to make an action series, but his editors were like, no, we want another Love Hina, and you get this kind of weird series fighting with itself that leads into what apparently ends up being a pretty good thing at the end, and into UQ Holder, which is supposed to be even better. Yeah, I'm super interested in Negima. I actually like that kind of internal conflict. I think it makes for interesting stories. Okay, so volumes 4 and 5 of Black Butler. I haven't actually read the beginning ones yet, the first 3, but I have them over here on my shelf. I honestly think Black Butler was one of the first streaming animes that got like really popular here in America for just so fucking long. I feel like Sebastian and the little kid, I think the Butler's name is Sebastian, have just been in my face for fucking years. So I grabbed the first volumes a long time ago because I do want to eventually give it a shot, and I just kind of grabbed these because I kind of want to move with giving it a shot up sooner. I was trying to wait for it to end because it's like at volume 30 something now, I think, maybe even higher. Doesn't seem like it's about to end anytime soon, so may as well just go ahead and read it if I want to read it, because you know how these monthly series go, they just forever. I remember a couple of years back, someone on Twitter adding Yen Press multiple times over the course of a couple of weeks, asking if Carnival was ever going to come back in stock because the listing was starting to disappear off of Right Stuff. And I think it's coming back in stock. I had never seen this first volume around, and then I saw it on Amazon, was like, oh, it's that thing. Sure, let me look at the art in, and ooh, that looks pretty good. Grab it, go ahead. I have no clue what it is. I don't know anything about it, but if your cover is good enough and the art's good enough, that's usually good enough for me to just buy it without question. Just from a quick glance, it almost gives off a little bit of a Pandora Hearts vibe with its art, and I like that. So yeah, I'm gonna check this one out probably sooner rather than later, because it's just been in my mind for so many years now for some reason. I don't even know why. So the first volume of Worst. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll correct myself in editing if I get it, but I believe Worst is a spin-off / sequel to Crows, the delinquent manga that doesn't actually have an English translation. Am I correct editing me? It's listed as a sequel continuation, so yeah, it's just a sequel. Sorry, yeah. Okay, cool. It only got these 3 volumes ever localized over here, and it looks like volumes 2 and 3, you're just not gonna find them for a good price anymore, so that is what it is. But this one made it over here. You could probably still find it on Amazon for like 12, 13 bucks. If it is a sequel to Crows, I'll read it after I finally read Crows, because it's been on my read list forever. I know delinquent manga, it's supposed to be one of the best. I'm a little bit of a normie when it comes to delinquent manga. I really haven't read too many of them. The only one I've actually read is Tokyo Revengers, and I know people online have their opinion about Tokyo Revengers, but I fucking love it, so I'll get to Crows eventually though, I promise, and then Worst if it's tied to it. in my last video. I was like, so the third volume of the Kirby manga. I think this may be the last one. They say it may be the last one. Then I go to Barnes & Noble like less than a month later and see the fourth one. I'm like, what the fuck? Now I'm just an asshole. But it's more of the Kirby manga. If you like the other ones, you'll like this one too. Forgotten Land's out. I haven't actually got to play it yet, but my girlfriend's been playing it like at least once or twice a week. She's really enjoying it, and from the bits I've seen, it looks like a good vibe. You know, Kirby games are just kind of a vibe. You're there for a good time. But yeah, more Kirby cuteness. It's the good stuff. So way back before I started really collecting manga like I do now, I used to just go into Barnes & Noble and walk around and look at things, you know, and just pick up the things I was actually super invested in at the time. And while I was looking around, there was always one thing that caught my eye, and it was Mysterious Girlfriend here, mainly because the X in between Mysterious and Girlfriend was made me go, hey, Hunter x Hunter, because I was into Hunter x Hunter really big back at that time. At any rate, I finally ended up grabbing a couple of the volumes and was like, oh wow, this art is actually pretty cool. I'll get into this later. Got, I think, the first two over on a shelf somewhere, and then look it up, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I think I missed my chance on some of them. These two were available off Amazon, so I just grabbed them while I could because with the way things have going in the printing situation not seeming to really get better, we'll see if they come back. I'm sure they'll come back, but who knows when. Okay, Opus by Satoshi Kon and Seraphim Wings, a bunch of numbers by Satoshi Kon and Mamoru Oshii. These I got on a Right Stuff sale back during Christmas, I'm pretty sure. It was a double pack, I think. And yeah, I haven't actually got around to them yet, but I love everything Satoshi Kon has, well, everything I've seen that Satoshi Kon has done. Paranoia Agent, Perfect Blue, Paprika, I love his shit, so yeah, I had to go ahead and get these. And Mamoru Oshii is a fucking weird dude who I really like. Go watch Angel's Egg, it's actually all on YouTube. You can find an HD quality version and a bad quality version. Don't watch the bad quality version. I made that mistake. Don't be like me. Go watch the good quality version. Go see what Oshii's about, and then you'll probably want to read these too. Okay, The Witch and the Beast volumes 1 and 3. 2 wasn't at Barnes & Noble, so I ended up just skipping ahead and grabbing 3. But I don't actually know anything about it other than the art was really good and it seemed like really in your face and loud. I'm pretty sure I saw characters cussing each other out in like the 2 pages I looked at. So yeah, sure, just went ahead and grabbed the first one. Would've got the second one, it wasn't there, so I said, fuck it, we'll get 3 and just grab 2 on mine and see where we're at. One of the nice things about actually living in this backwoods ass area where there's not anything good going on is when we do go to Barnes & Noble, a lot of the weirder manga like this that no one really talks about just don't get touched. My Hero, Naruto, all that, yeah, it's gonna sell out non-stop, but things like this, they're always on tap, and that's really cool. That's how you discover cool shit. Go into Barnes & Noble and just look at spines and go, yeah, what's that? Or if you don't live in America and can't go to Barnes, I don't know, the manga situation outside of America seems both really cool and fucking terrible. Orochi is one of those ones that I honestly don't know anything about. I kind of just bought it off of word of mouth because everyone on Twitter was going wild when Viz announced that this was coming out here physically. So yeah, I don't really have anything to say about it because I'm trying to be completely blind on it. I think there's another volume coming out here in a couple of months, so I'm gonna grab that and probably read those 2 back to back, and if there'll be a third one, I don't know. I'll get it too if I like those first 2. We'll see what's up. The first volume of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. I don't know anything about this other than I guess this dude's got 100 girlfriends and they really love him. But I heard it was supposed to actually be a super funny thing, and it was more of a subverting the harem thing because obviously it's taking the fucking piss out of it with 100 people. So yeah, I'm down to give it a shot. I'm gonna read this one and then see if I want to pick up the second one and see if the humor is as good as people say, because who knows, the concept's already over the top. This full-color one-shot titled Pez by Hiroyuki Asada. So, Asada is actually the creator of Tagami Bachi, a really cool looking manga I haven't read yet, but I saw that this was kind of just going out of stock by Dempa. They posted it on their Twitter and were like, hey, if you want one, come and get it, because after this it's gone. So I swooped in and got one while it was still available. Don't have too much to say because I want to read it after I've read Tagami Bachi. Tagami Bachi seems really good. My girlfriend actually finished it like a month and a half ago and has kind of been on my ass to hurry up and read it because she adored it. So yeah, I might have some more to say about Tagami Bachi here soon, and then this one shot after that. Meh. was able to grab this full set of Devilman vs. Hades off of eBay for like 30 bucks, which I think of around now is a pretty good deal. I'm still kind of riding high off the Devilman read earlier this year. Devilman's in my top 10, maybe top 5 of all time. I love Devilman. So I've been grabbing any English Devilman things I can get. This is, it sounds almost like a sequel because it sounds like it takes place after the events of the main story, considering what the plot of this is about. I don't really want to spoil it because it kind of spoils the end of Devilman. But it's also a crossover with Mazinger Z, and I'm not really sure how Mazinger Z ties into this, but that sounds cool. So yeah, sure, I grabbed him. I'll give it a shot. I'll do anything, Devilman. Yeah, so I mentioned on my last video that my girlfriend had recently ordered the full set of Everyone's Getting Married, and I didn't really have anything to say about it. Well, guess what? I still don't really have anything to say about it. Her words on it were more of, it's kind of a typical shoujo romance story. She enjoyed it, but at the end of the day, she wouldn't really recommend just going out and dropping money on it if you weren't already very entrenched into that genre. Like, it's just nothing too special. It's a good romance story. Yeah. I don't know why I haven't already collected all of Monster. I keep talking about it over and over, like I should just hurry up and get the last few volumes of Monster I'm missing, and for some reason I still haven't. I ended up getting this one because this was still during the time before. I think they've all been restocked at the time of recording this, so you can go get them now, but when I grabbed this one, it was still pretty out of stock on most volumes, and I got a little nervous and just grabbed it out of hesitation and fear, but now they're back in stock and I haven't bought it. I should hurry up and do that. At any rate, Monster's really good, Urasawa's really good, you fucking know what it is. The 4th volume of Yakuza Lover. Don't have anything new to say about this one. It is wrapped up, so I know it's supposed to be either bloody, sexual, or both. But the covers on it are really good, and the art in it is really pretty, so I'm more than willing to grab a couple of volumes of it just off of that and then read it all at once and go, yeah, it is for me, or maybe more for my girlfriend. We'll see what's up. Okay, real talk. Dragon Quest Dai is probably one of my hypest releases for this year and going forward into the next years. Dai is so fucking cool. I'm so glad this is getting not only a good English translation finally after all of these years, they even got the color pages in here too. Viz, when they want to, can go the extra mile and put color pages in, and then sometimes they just don't. We'll talk more about that in another thing. I don't know if I'll put it before or after this. I don't know, but we're going to talk about that eventually. But the online translations and fan scans were all we had for years, and they weren't bad by any means, but Dai is not going to go, you motherfucking bastards, when he gets pissed, because that's just not the type of character he is. So it's really cool to actually get a more faithful translation of this. Also, I'm a big Dragon Quest fan, so that ties into it too. I can't help but be excited. I mentioned this in my manga collection video, but if you like Beat the Vandal Buster, this is the same team as that series. A lot of people don't know that, so they kind of share some tonal similarities and art similarities. So there's crossover there if you're into that one. Does anyone even know what Beat is anymore? Finally, the last volume of Blue Giant. I have been waiting for this. I've mentioned it before in an earlier video that I just read like the first volume of it and was like, ooh yes, everything firing all cylinders up here. So decided to just wait until I had all of it, and I believe that's now. I do know, because I've seen people talk about it online, that there are spin-offs where the main character starts to travel the world and learn more about music. So hopefully those get picked up here soon, because just judging from what I've read already, yeah, I'll get those instantly. Pre-order immediately. Come on, let me have them. Man, I can't believe Fire Force is actually over. And honestly, I can't believe even more that I really liked its ending. You know how hard it is for a lot of series to land their endings, and personally, I feel like Fire Force kind of completely nailed the ending. I don't know, it's just this cool feeling. I love Okubo. I plan on talking about those two series and Okubo and probably Biichi too, because I feel like that's kind of necessary on this channel. So just look forward to that eventually, kind of like the Bleach and Trigun and Shaman King videos. Eventually, we'll get to that later. Hopefully a new season of Fire Force will come out, and that might convince me to start that up a little sooner, eh? And David, bro, come on, eh? Volume 13 of Hell's Paradise, which I believe is the final one. I said in my last haul video when I got volume 12, I was gonna start it here soon to try and be ready for this last volume, and here I sit, not read a peep. Well, the thing that actually happened was I took the first volume out to the living room to get ready. There it is right there. Bam, I'm gonna start that son of a bitch. Then the news comes out that Golden Kamuy is ending in like 3 or 4 chapters, and I had already read like 5 volumes of Golden Kamuy and was like, oh yeah, I was just kind of waiting on that to end before I really went hard on it because I was enjoying it so much. Time's already there, so I ended up going with Golden Kamuy. I'll get to Hell's Paradise soon, I promise, but right now I gotta see what's going on with Sugimoto with a spirit and my boy Shiraishi, the best character I've ever seen. Okay, so the first volume of Alice in Borderland. I've been looking forward to this. Heard a lot of good things about it, very excited to actually have this physically. Cover looks dope too, looks like some good shit. Paid 20 bucks for it, and it's not got color pages. Why am I still paying Viz $20 to not give me color pages whenever they just don't feel like it? Dragon Quest Dai, Fist of the North Star, like, those releases are getting color pages and this just didn't. Why? What's the selection process there? You can get a regular $12.99 volume from Yen Press or 7 Seas and they've got color pages in them. What's the disconnect here with Viz? Why am I still giving them $10 for volumes of Dr. Stone and Chainsaw Man to not give me color pages when I can go to their app and the color pages are there? What's the incentive there? I don't really get it, but whatever. Yeah, Alice in Borderland. Looks cool, sorry. Random volumes of Sergeant Frog. I don't know shit about Sergeant Frog, but these are on clearance on Right Stuff for like $2. And I think it's a pretty beloved series, so I was like, yeah, sure, throw it in there. I could use that, sure, whatever. Yeah, it looks cute and fun, sure. I've already said it on other haul videos, but god, I fucking love Fist of the North Star. I believe, looking at the cover, this is around when Jaggy will show up, so I don't think there can honestly be too many of these hardcovers left. Fist of the North Star isn't that long of a story, but just gonna wait until all the hardcover ones come out and give it a big, full reread again with the color pages this time. Ah, it's so good. I love the buff dudes just being buff and beating shit up. That's some good stuff. I'm going to be completely fucking real. I don't remember buying these. I don't remember my girlfriend buying these. I don't know where these came from, but I think it's about God leaving the design of all animals on Earth to just a group of angels up in heaven, and he kind of just fucks off about his day. And that's all I really know about it. I don't even know where these came from, but whatever. Sure, I'm down with it. Seems cool enough. And lastly for this video, I finally got the Dragon Ball box after looking at it on shelves and on Amazon for like literal years now. And like you probably saw, I got the Z box too, but I'm gonna save that for the next video. Gotta get the engagement. So for now, I'll just talk about Dragon Ball specifically. But yeah, it's fucking Dragon Ball. I mean, what can I really say that hasn't been said by like every other major YouTuber out there? Goku off on an adventure to find the balls with Bulma, Yamcha, I about said Pigma. Pigma is not his name, it's Oolong and Poir, and then, you know, things happen. Despite growing up watching a shitload of Dragon Ball and Z, I've never actually taken the time to read the manga, so I kinda wanted to fix that. When it comes to the animes, I've always kind of preferred Dragon Ball to Z. I think the kind of more goofy and loose feel to the story really adds to the anime, and where Z is so focused heavily on fighting, it's a whole nother conversation. We'll talk about Z later. But since I love the Dragon Ball anime so much, really excited to see how the manga compares to it and contrasts from it, because at the end of the day, Toei had to make their money, and you know how they do their animes. The box set itself, I like so far. I mean, the box is nice. I love the connecting spines. That's the reason I ended up going with this and not the 3-in-1 Vizbigs. On that subject, there seems to be like constant arguing online about which version of Dragon Ball is the best to buy. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. After reading some scans online that are just fan done that have the color pages that aren't in these single volumes, I think the fan scans are the best translations. Just go read them. Whatever, fuck it. The Viz translation of Dragon Ball so far has come off as like so poorly written compared. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the Viz translation. I think their lettering of the effects has been really cool, but I don't dig this translation too much. Just gonna be real. Okay, so yeah, I could have just done this all in one big video, honestly, but no, I'm not gonna do it. So come back like next weekish and give me that engagement in that algorithm. I'll honestly probably have a lot more varied single individual volumes in next week's haul. I feel like that ended up being a lot bigger than I meant it to be. At any rate, come back next week for more shit!